Okay, start to finish. Let's see how long it takes to change guitar strings the right way. First thing, it's going to take me a long time to sort out these strings. They're wrapped double and they're kind of not wrapped super nicely. They're a little bit awkward just to undo. So this is a bunch of my time just getting the strings apart. Bridge pin, whoops, don't put the B string in the E string slots. There's one string, there's two strings. The third string and the fourth string. I try to call it the third string instead of the other option, just to avoid some adolescent giggles and some misunderstandings. If you don't figure out that little joke that's hiding in there, then post in the comments. I'm sure someone will answer. So here we go. I'm going to trim them. A string, D string, third string, B string, E string, and I go approximately one post length between the posts for the extra length that I leave on the strings, a little bit shorter on the thicker strings, and a little bit longer on the thinner strings. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the string, I'm going to put a kink into it, 90-degree kink. Then I'm going to put that through the post hole. Oops, I should put it through the right direction, shouldn't I? There we go, and I wrap it. And I always wrap it downwards towards the bottom end with my string winder. Here we go. There's one string. Here's the next, 90 degrees. Popping that in, wrapping it around onto the bottom. Whoopsie. And then I go from the E string to the third string for the highest pitched three strings. If you wrap the middle strings first, then those middle strings are in the way of the outer strings when you try to wrap the outer strings. There's that, and then the B string. Let's see if I can get a second wrap. Yes, I can, making sure I wrap it without any overlaps and wrapping it down towards the bottom. And the last string is the third string. There's one, maybe two. Yes, two. That saves me wrapping with the string winder, making sure I don't overlap it. And boom. Get my tuning fork. Time, because as I tighten the strings, it'll pull some tension into the neck. which will lower the pitch of the original strings that I tuned. There we go. That is done and ready, and what I usually do after I've strung a guitar is I will take the strings and between my two, I'm going to spin the guitar like this a little bit so you can see a bit better. Between my two thumbs, I use my fingers as a guide, and I will stretch the string like this, and you will hear how much this string has dropped in pitch. It's dropped even a little bit lower than a D. Now the A string, if I do the same thing, 3, 4, 5. D string. Some people say never stretch the strings. Entirely wrong. If you stretch the strings, you want to just stretch them evenly so that they are stretched evenly along the length of the playing portion of the string. And you shouldn't just yank the string up like this or yank it to the side. Then we're putting extra pressure on the saddle and the nut. We don't want that. That's why what I do is I just stretch between my fingers. So I'm putting very little extra pressure on the nut and on the saddle. So I'm stretching with my thumbs in between my fingers, kind of like this sort of motion. Boom, okay? Here's the E string again. These strings tend not to stretch out quite as much. It depends upon the composition of the strings, however. That one sank a whole lot in pitch. So did this. These, by the way, are D'Addario Never Fade Away Acoustic 80/20 Bronze Extended Life strings. There you go. Let me tune this one more time. There we go. There we go, and let's strum a note, or strum a chord.